Hey guys, Tbull here. Today we got to look at the current damage record for the Tier 5 Russian cruiser Gorky, Kuznetsov, Dmitry Dewey, Yamamoto. Now looking on the World of Warships Wikipedia page, the Tallinn and the Riga have enhanced penetration angles. They get about 5 degrees better penetration on their AP shells than is standard. I don't believe the Gorky or the Kotovsky are in the game, but we're going to see in this game evidence that those ships likely have the same enhanced penetration. So keep an eye on, the angling on the map that the opponents are presenting. We'll try and point them out when it's relevant, but we're going to be scoring some pretty nice hits. And that's a combination of the enhanced shells inherent on the ship and buffed even further with the high-level Dmitry Dewey. So here we got a game domination mode, Haven, responding in the middle here. Going to try and play alongside this big island. Now, if we take the position we see here, the island on the right-hand side of the screen, you can see the little shelf sticking off there. We want to get between that, or we want to get behind that, essentially, and then anyone who's traveling from their spawn down to the southwest should be able to pepper them with some shots, get some damage, maybe scare them off, and think twice about pushing that flank. So we do get spotted here. Doesn't look like it's Scharnhorst, so you should expect a destroyer either by sea or perhaps in the gap by the Scharnhorst. They have two destroyers in this game. We got to be keeping an eye on when we're spotted here, because the Gorky, one of the main keys to the Gorky, fragile, fragile, fragile. You can't be taking shots all game. You can't be taking shots from battleships, period. All right, so we got to be focusing on protecting ourselves, remaining unspotted whenever possible, and then dealing the damage once we can do so safely. Getting a decent couple opening shots in the Scharnhorst. Got a destroyer popping up. We got the AP loaded, so we're going to take the last shot on the Scharnhorst. Switch over to HE. We want to get a shot on Akatsuki or the destroyer to the left of it. They're both moving away. They're both at the edge of our firing circle. Not going to be an easy shot by any means, but we do have nice flat firing arcs, so it's potential to get those shells down range and potentially hit those ships. They're out of the range now. They're dropping spot. We got action over here. We got cruisers. We got our Pensacola moving in against a Surrey and an enemy Gorky. So we're coming over here to support. You can see he does have a battleship off to the east, but he's kind of trying to charge up outside of the match, or outside of the map. Not necessarily going to have consistent shots. So we're going to try and come over here and see what we can do. And here's the first look at the penetration. Look at the guy on the map. He's pointed nearly directly away from us, able to score some decent shots. I don't know if those were hull hits or not. Maybe not. But the Gorky also steeply angled. We are aiming for the hull here. He does slam on the brakes. I don't think we had access to Citadel just because those shots landed in the front of the ship. Zooming in a few times here. I know some people find that annoying, but what we're doing is we're seeing where the game suggests the shot should be lined up. And if it's moving backwards, if we zoom in a few times, that means he's beginning to back up. And there we do get a nice, juicy Citadel shot on the guy a moment ago. He's no longer backing up. He's trying to figure out, okay, we're in trouble here. Better start moving. We're going to try and continue to attack this guy, trying to get rid of him if possible. He does begin to turn in there. I thought he would continue to trend outwards, so we're aiming a little bit high there. Not likely to get much damage. We do get a little chip damage on him there. But now he's beginning to angle in. We can still attempt the shots. Gorky lightly armored. It's possible these guns could even potentially shoot through the nose. We do have the Surrey creeping there. He's going broadside, so we try to get a quick shot off on him. Do have the back guns in play on the Gorky, and we're going to back up, trying to protect ourselves, drop spot once again. We don't want to be taking 2v1s from the two Tier 5 cruisers. We're not going to survive very long. You can see we're actually down half of our health in the opening sequence. We only got 33,000, and you might be saying to yourself, is this the right game? Is this the damage record game? It actually is going to be. Now it's going to be a pretty decent game in terms of damage output, about over 4 times of our ship's HP and damage, but I think it will be an obtainable record for a lot of you guys. So I'm interested to see which one of you guys will go out there and beat this record next. But it's a pretty good illustration of what these guns can do. Gorky trying to disengage as we kind of suspected, and we pull forward here, access to the broadside. He does get a shot off, I believe, so we're going to try and angle in on him, tag him right in the side there a moment ago, and down he went. Dallas coming over here, and we do have the Surrey to the northeast. Surrey charging the battleship. Now, normally that would not favor the cruiser. Okay, it's up to the battleship, though, to be able to sink them. I'm saying to myself, okay, clearly he's going to try and nuke the Bayern, which is, the Bayern's really not in position to affect the match right now. So strategically, maybe it wouldn't be the worst loss, but it's you know, a source of a lot of the team collective HP there, and he is starting to take these single-fire torps from the Surrey. So we hit him there pretty hard. I still need to be primarily worried about the Dallas, who can kill me in about 10 seconds if he gets his shots going and he starts hitting them. But potentially we could have gotten one more shot off in the Surrey and actually kept the Bayern alive, because the Bayern will kill the Surrey, but beyond the grave, the Bayern will go down, either due to flooding or fire, whatever it is. Here's the Dallas. He's posted up. We kind of pulled the camera up a moment ago just to try and get a idea on the layout of his ship. You can see once again on the map, very steeply angled against us. Probably too steep for the AP to pen there. And this is, you know, this Dallas has every opportunity to kill me, no doubt about it. Like, if I'm in that Dallas and the Gorky's doing what I'm doing here, the Gorky dies very quickly in this situation. But like most world record games, you got to be going against some goofy plays on the enemy team, some opportunity to get some damage that might not always be there. So we're continuing to hit him with the HE. Want to capture the base, by the way. We're only up, you know, just shy of 200 points, but it's tight in terms of ship count, 4-3. Carrier on the loose. Anything can happen at this point in time. Luckily, Dallas just not managing to hit these resets. And now we notice he's going more broadside and discharge that HE load all over him, splash it in his eyes there, switch it over to the AP, and now we're aiming for that hull. We're going to try and sink this guy. Once again, look on the map, very steeply angled, but very good penetration on the ship in general, and the build allows us access to the Citadel. We're not actually getting any skips off the side. We're either getting full pens or over pens there. So at this point in time, if this guy ever full salvos us with HE, we'd probably be dead quickly. Want to finish him off. Trying to close the distance here, maybe get that back gun in there. Not feeling imminently threatened by the guy, but we still do need to be respectful of the fact that he can kill us very quickly. So we're going to angle in once again, try and dodge as many of these shots as possible. Dodged half of them there, since he only fired one gun. And now the final salvo into the... Nope, not the final salvo. 3 more overpens, winning the fight. I think he started off with full health. We started off with about 13k. But he's got us on fire here. We need to get rid of him quickly. And finally down he goes there. So pop the damage con. There's no real threats of getting set on fire, except for the HE bomber, which is closing in on us. Didn't notice that right off the bat when we're playing the game. So we're going to try and turn broadside of that guy. It's the HE bombers, we want to be broadside. Torpedo bombers, we want to be facing away or towards them when they're striking you. So now we got a low health York here, and we got the carrier on the loose, presumably full health, and as you can guess, we're going to get most of the damage remaining in this game on the carrier, which is always pleasurable for everyone involved except for the flyboy on the other end of the damage. So the York goes down. The game should be secure. We got 3 bases to 1. Our carrier is way in the back, presumably with a lot of health. We got the battleship way over there. Hopefully he's got some more health. Even if we die in this situation, probably not going to be the end of the game. We don't want to die, though. We're going to try and close in here. And getting back to the guns, I mean, this is going to be... Those of you that have the Tallinn, I want to hear from you, but I'm looking forward to the Riga, the Tallinn. I think this hyper dangerous AP, and I think the Bagration's got similar ideas in terms of enhanced penetration on these shells. Once people really figure out how to use these guns and set up the build, get Dmitry Dewey on there, get some points into him, very powerful inspiration. I think once you start seeing that, you're going to have to be really kind of focusing on these Russian cruisers, because the at least the new branch here plays a little bit different than the previous one, with more of an AP focus, in my opinion. But you know, like we saw here, the Gorky had plenty of chances to go down, left unmolested. However, we're just kind of able to wreck the whole side on the seaside, and now we're going to be able to finish off the carrier. So go ahead, take your shots, get these ships off the board, and you got to respect what they bring to the game. So once again, we're kind of trying to dodge torps or planes, torpedo bombers. So like we said earlier, angle in on him. He launches a little close. He actually would have hit us with one here, potentially even to kill us. I don't know anything about the Ranger's torp damage, but luckily we closed the distance and we actually got hit by it before the torpedo armed. So another potential benefit of closing in on the torpedo bombers. Sometimes they hold on the torps a little bit too long and you can kind of cancel them out. Interestingly enough, I didn't know this, but we didn't even get reset on the base from taking that torp, just because it, I guess, doesn't count as a projectile until it actually arms. So interesting tidbit. How often that's going to be useful? Probably not too often, but something to keep in mind here. Ranger, he's trying to close in for the final coup de grace on us, and likewise, we're trying to get it on him. We also got the battleship closing in, and he's trying to, I would assume he's going to try and take a shot here. Everybody likes to shoot the carrier, but we want the damage, and there's the shot that will end the game. So we got 115K on that. That's the current record, like I said, but those of you that are feeling up to it, go out there and break it. I want to see what kind of scores you got. Let me know in the comments if you beat it. Anyway, that's a look at the Gorky for you. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. New to the channel, consider subscribing. Lots of World of Warships coming all the time. Questions, comments, leave below.